And just like that, bam, we're live. Nobody on the couch. Where is Dave? How many minutes late am I? 6:03. I got the sparkling water in the freezer. See if we can get Dave to come on. A quick show today. I was surprised that he was going to come on, and I kind of have to take what I can get. Not kind of. I have to take what I can get, and I also want to watch the UFC fights today. I was at a tennis tournament all day with my kids. So I found out he would do an interview today, and I'm like, fuck, how am I going to squeeze that in? A workout, a tennis tournament with my kids, get Dave in here, and watch a Jack Della Maddalena fighting for the welterweight title tonight on ESPN. He's been on the show at least 3 or 4 times. I did see some comments in here I wanted to address. First off, Ortega, your photos look great. Bet the lighting was cool to work with. I only saw Brian Spin's post, and then I saw like 5 or 10 minutes of this stream, the Big W stream this weekend. I saw about half that much of the French Throwdown. Both streams look good. The WTF stream was what I saw was absolutely completely anything that was inside was dark. But like I said, I only saw 5 or 10 minutes. I did not see the part of the stream that Spin showed, but there's 150 comments defending it, saying it's great. You're completely out of your fucking mind. I played it on a big screen. I looked at it on my phone. I couldn't identify who those people were. It looked absolutely dark, and that's an easy fix. Stanley says, Ortega, your photos look great. I bet you the lighting was cool to work with. Camera operators do not want to work in that lighting whatsoever at all. Still photographers who are shooting verite type photos. You are not interested in that kind of shit. You're looking for the shot. No, there's never been a sporting event lit like that. No real sporting event. I can't name one. None. And that's fine. It's cool that they're trying it, but don't. That's like some of the people who are saying that Brooke Wells's burpees were good. Like they're just not. Okay, here comes it. So the event may have been fantastic, but to suggest that the shots that Spin showed, the lighting was good, you cannot see shit. Stop defending that. Pull up some other clips and say the other 99% were great. I don't want to hear any of that. Just don't say dumb shit. Oh, my wife brought you that. Handed you the waters.
Yeah. Hey,
remember that time we did a show in here? Yeah. Remember that time we did a show in here and we were sweating
so fucking hot? I was thinking about that today. Look at, we're matching in colorway. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Hey, dude, I only got 50 minutes with you. I'm coming hard. And I'm on edge. Hey,
how come I don't see the thing like we used to do?
Oh, we can do that. I was concerned that it was going to make too much heat.
Well, yeah, if it gets hot, I don't want that. A couple things.
Yeah, talk to me.
Look at this. This is in your wood pile. This is eucalyptus. I was splitting eucalyptus. I spent all day today splitting eucalyptus, chopping up a eucalyptus tree that fell and then splitting it. And this is the one that I just grabbed it as I walked in.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Why did you bring that in here?
Because I just wanted to highlight. I gave this to you like 5 or 6 years ago.
You gave that to me?
Yeah, I brought a bunch of because we had a bunch of eucalyptus on the ranch when I first moved back up in 2018. And
it's not full of termites or anything. I don't have any mice or rodents living in it.
No, it's good. There's cobwebs. I'm just surprised you haven't burned through it. I'm just surprised you don't do fires much.
Do you know what happened is when you gave me that, I was in a full drink, like a fish phase. And so I would start fires and go outside and drink all night and invite athletes over. I mean, I had everyone here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I stopped drinking and stopped inviting athletes here. I got fired from my job. And
you know who else I gave a bunch of this to? And he went through all of it.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah, Greg. I gave them a fuck ton of.
He burns a eucalyptus tree every night.
But eucalyptus to Greg is
ghetto wood?
Yeah. He prefers the high quality stuff. This is not high quality. But it's good. It's good for fire. It's good for outdoor fires and burn pits and stuff like that.
You think Letitia James is going to jail?
No.
The Sevon podcast. Look at you type in the Sevon podcast and it's all black dude shows. You see that? You see that? Because it's a black dude's name or a black woman's name. You see that?
Oh, that's awesome.
YouTube has me. Yeah, that's cool. Respect.
Did you take both waters? One was for me.
No. You only handed me one. I'm sweating like a pig. Okay.
Hi, I'm nice.
There we go.
All right, cool.
Okay, there's the live chat. We're good
Check
to
it
go.
out. Look what I brought.
Oh, that's the bottle you accused my wife of throwing away.
Yeah.
Oh,
100 milliliter.
That's cute.
These are travel size. Perfect for camping, perfect for traveling, perfect for getting your extra virgin olive oil on the go.
Why don't you do something? Remember how I told you this was going to be a tough show? Why don't we do something right off the bat? Let me. I have it in my notes even to pressure you. Why don't we do a sale while the show is going for my listeners?
Coupon code. Okay, let's do it. What are we gonna call it?
Just text. Call
Hold
it
on.
like Sevon 15 or something.
Okay, we'll do the Sevon 15.
Sevon 15.
So 15% off all products at TDC Mercantile.
15%.
15%. That's the 15.
Are you gonna be mad at me because I pressured you to do this live on the air?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay,
And,
text your guy, make it live.
Yeah, it's going live. It's going live. And
okay, tdcmercantile.com.
leave it up on the like thing or something.
Sevon 15.
And
Souza, if you're listening, can you make me a little graphic so I can put it up on the screen?
It's also like a Mother's Day thing.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's a Mother's Day.
Olive oil. 15% off.
Hey, congratulations.
24 hours. Yeah, these are cool. You know, I bottle and I put the label on and I put the cap on and I seal all of this. Like I do those too. Yep. And now we have shirts. We also have the leather stuff, the belts and the.
Take a little swig in your.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. I'm gonna start traveling with these. Give them out to friends.
This is good. You don't have this nipple on the newest ones.
Yeah, different vendor for bottles and.
Okay.
Yeah. I should take this wood out though. This is pretty dirty.
I appreciate it. No, it's okay. No. But buddy, it's okay.
It's bothering me.
All right, good. All right, tend to it. Dave Castro in the house. Sorry, Standy, I really wanted to fight with you. I didn't see Jonathan Ortega's comment back, but I really would like to fight with you guys about that. I'm sure the event was great. I haven't heard anything. Oh, the one thing I did hear about the event. Good evening, Eaton Beaver. Good evening, Sevon and TDC. The one thing that I did hear about the event, I haven't told you this. I guess that I don't know if this is true. I haven't had this verified yet. But I heard that there was an Echo Bike sled push event. And when it was over.
I was laughing because you burped.
When it was over, because there's the king of the Echo Bike between Sprague, Dallin, and Hopper. And I guess when that event was over, Hopper was laying on the ground. And James Sprague went over and did a theatrical teabagging on Hopper. And then I heard in the back, Hopper fucking slapped him, like for real.
Like physical slapped him?
Like physical slapped him.
That's awesome. You are sweating. Do you want to turn one of these off?
No, those aren't even hot.
Okay, why are you so worked up?
Because I just worked out. Because you're here.
Yeah. Worked out? What'd you do?
I did 20 cows on the assault bike.
Okay.
20 snatches.
With what weight?
35-pound dumbbell. 10 rounds.
Wow, you're doing a lot of 10-round stuff recently.
That's my whole life.
I just did a workout too about an hour ago.
What'd you do? How come you're not sweating like a pig?
Because I cooled down, took a shower, ate some dinner, and then came over here.
Okay.
I did 50. It was something quick. Since I spent all day on the ranch doing not woodwork, but doing the eucalyptus tree. I was tired, so didn't want to do too much. Didn't want to go too hard. So I did the just 50 double unders, 500 on the bike erg, 40, 400, 30, 300, 20, 200, 10, 100.
Meters.
Just to get some movement in. It was good. It was fun.
How are your double unders these days?
Surprisingly, I mean, not great. I mean, they're fine, but I had to break up the set of 50 once. I tripped, and then I had to break. I think I broke up the set of 32 once. Like, if I broke up anything, let me rephrase. I didn't break them up. I tripped, and like of the 5 rounds, probably 2 or 3 times I tripped, and that's not like me. Normally, I should be just cranking those out, with not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I remember when we used to, in 2010, we would gather with the games athletes, and you would let them know that you're better at double unders than any of them, and you would challenge any of them with double unders.
Yep.
I told you this wasn't going to be an easy show.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Ortega, Dave, did you call your mom for Mother's Day?
My mom passed away like several years ago.
You can turn that mic towards you if you want. Great
What do you
question,
mean?
Jonathan.
Turn it towards me.
Like,
It is. Or you mean like this?
yeah.
Okay.
You know how like old people and like minorities talk on speakerphone like
Why
this?
has it got to be minorities?
It just is. You just don't see. It just is that way.
You
I
don't
know.
see non-minorities,
No,
dude?
it's old people and minorities talk on phones like this.
I sometimes do that.
I know.
So which one am I? I might be both. I'm both
You're
of them.
approaching both. Dude, don't you love it when you're at a store somewhere? And my dad does this, and he's on speakerphone, but he talks on the phone like he's on regular.
Do you know what I really hate?
What?
And you and Greg are this?
What? Tell me.
Loud fucking talkers on the airplane.
Oh, I do talk loud on an airplane?
Both of you. I've been on flights with you guys sitting right behind you, and you guys are so like the whole fucking cabin, the whole first class cabin.
Tell me, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
No, it's just you. You just do it. Doesn't need to hear your conversation and about mitochondria and fucking insulin and Coca-Cola. Like, come on.
Dave, have you seen Brooks Burpee's 215 needs review? I don't know what that means. 215 needs review.
215. Oh, 215 judges, 215 judges put a thumbs down or put a needs review is what he's suggesting.
Yeah. Don't you guys have another 2 weeks to review that stuff?
It's not quite 2 weeks, but it's all in process right now.
Okay, because people had it confused. I set them straight, but people had it confused that it was over like 3 days ago. But that's just when the voting, I think, stopped. Now it's
so that was 3 days ago was the voting period. Now the voting's getting locked soon, or might be locked now. And then we go into the
voting's a misnomer. I don't mean to call it voting, but just like, hey, over here.
Yeah, exactly. Highlighting
the community interactive component of the games.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. How's that going? You like it?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Why do you love it?
I just think it's fun because it
Do you think they like it?
The athletes?
Yeah.
I don't know, but did you know that this ties into what you asked? Did you know Andrew Hiller went out to see David Hippensteel?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 years ago, it got so crazy between him and David Hippensteel. Andrew was like, "Hey, dude, you're not locking out. Hey, dude, you're not doing pistols low enough. Hey, dude, you're not locking out on your muscle ups." He was just calling him out. He made like 7 videos. They probably have 500,000 views cumulatively, right? Then he runs into David Hippensteel while we're broadcasting live at the games. I'm at home, and it gets really heated. Like David just gently touches him, and Andrew goes, "Don't touch me," and it just got weird, right? Some shit like that. 3 years later, David Hippensteel calls him and says, "Andrew, come to my house." Andrew comes to his house and they sit down. It's an hour-long video. And he says, "Hey, dude, I fucked up." And Hiller's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, 3 years ago, I should have just said, "Yep, you're right. I didn't do it."
Do you think Hippensteel and Hitler had like those were the two most contentious personalities at the time? Because
I don't know if most contentious, but it was his first foray into that. Since then, he's had some ideological differences with Sporty Beth. There's this obese girl. You probably don't know who that is, but there's this obese girl who's in the space who's trying to say you can be healthy and obese, and Hiller's been arguing with her. And then Hiller's been pointing out like top tier athletes who like this Brooke one. He's made some videos on her showing like, "Hey, dude, your chest isn't touching the ground."
Which athletes or which people, which personalities now do you think Hiller has the most it's under their skin or most conflicting with or most like riles them up? Josh, doesn't he take some jabs at Josh every once in a while?
Yeah, but he's done. Josh did 20 back squats at 365, but they weren't back squats, but he wrote that. It was just 20. It was like those high school back squats, right? And Hiller didn't have a problem with him doing that, but don't call them back squats.
Yeah.
Because they're not. They're like something else. Whatever, just call it what it is. I don't know if Josh pushed back on him.
What about the John thing?
Oh, John Wilborn got tore up.
Okay. Didn't they want to fight or something?
Yeah, poor John got tore up.
What if Josh wanted to fight Hiller? How would Hiller say yes to that?
Yeah, Hiller will do anything.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get them boxing.
Let's do
that.
Hiller will do anything.
Hiller might be too big for Josh though.
Your face is blocked.
Where?
But
you said put it
I know,
this
but
way.
do it sideways again. Now do it side. No, yeah. There you go. Okay. Let me
I
ask
like
you.
my gimbal.
Let me ask you a question about this. Do you think? Do you? I mean, don't. Do you like it? I mean, do you think it's any way? What's happening is there seems to be some hostility that people think what Hiller's doing is wrong.
Look, I have the same position and stance to Hitler that I did in the very beginning. And do you remember what I said, like when he first started coming around and everyone was like getting all up in arms? Like
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's going to exist. It's actually necessary. It's part of the evolution of all of this. Critics, criticism, criticism. That's all part of entertainment, sport, politics. It's all part of any aspect of life that is very public facing and like getting thrown thrown getting an audience and getting dialogue.
What do
And
you?
and here's the thing, long before Hiller and Hiller doing this to the athletes, we came up in this world. Greg and I were just born of like people attacking us on a regular basis. So by the time Hiller came around, let's say he was around 18, like call that the beginning. By 18, by that point, there'd been 12 years or more of CrossFit taking that type of intense heat and abuse or targeting and attacking for, for for the characters, specifically Greg, and then trailing down to me, and then others associated with CrossFit. So for a while, it existed to the methodology for sure. What he did, a little different, he kind of pivoted towards the athletes. And I don't even want to say it's not here's the thing too, and this will be controversial. I don't even think it's malicious in intent. I don't think you think that either. I think he is just criticizing the efforts or the duality of some of these perspectives that they provide at times.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by malicious, but he shows people. He's pulled up videos of mine and made fun of me, which I don't care about. To nobodies, to high rocks people, to Brooke Wells. Obviously, for Brooke Wells, and I haven't spoke to Brooke Wells, so I don't know. And I'm curious if you have spoken to Brooke Wells. But obviously, there's more on the line for her, right? Because he's calling her out, and if and she's gonna think, oh shit, you're drawing attention to my shitty movement. What if I don't get to go to the games now, or what if I have to go try to qualify? I mean, she should be thankful she gets to go qualify at NorCal or wherever else is open. But no, it's not malicious because he's doing it across the board equally to everyone. The part that I'm tripping on is like he's not doing anything that not everyone can see.
I'll
He's
say
not
this
doing
about
paparazzi shit. He's not putting a camera in Brooke Wells's window and being like, "Look, she's doing steroids." He's doing, "Hey, dude,
he's using what's publicly out there. He's using the videos they post and or the words they say.
yeah," and he's not even spinning. He's not even spinning it
Might be sensationalizing the delivery of it. Let's go there. He might be sensationalizing the
by
delivery
putting
of
it
it.
like with memes and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. So he's
That shit.
sensationalizing the delivery of the message. He could report that. He could sit there behind a mic and say, and in workout number 3, Brooke Wells did X, Y, and Z incorrect. Thank
Or
you.
he could just be like, look at Brooke Wells's burpee and not even say whether it's correct or incorrect. That's what he does most of the time. Do you know that?
But
He doesn't even comment.
but here's the thing. I think, and a lot of people associate any attention from him with any of that sensationalistic spin as I'm being attacked. You know how many of these guys like,
Okay. And is
and
that
here's the
bad?
thing.
And is that bad?
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just
No, I
saying
know
I'm
you're
saying
not.
the
I'm
reaction.
asking. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
here's the thing. I've been a fucking recipient of that over the years from him. And I don't give
He makes fun of you every week somewhere.
yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like it doesn't matter. And the thing is for some people it does matter. And so I'm not saying that matters that it matters to them, but I'm saying some people it matters and some people aren't prepared to take any kind of call it public heat. Now, to the question of
Does it influence you
no.
in your team? The fact that he's like, hey,
Well, here's the thing about what okay, so here's the thing about what you're saying about Brooke and him highlighting that. I think that it would be great to have this process without him. And here's the thing, and it still would have played out the same.
why do you think it would be good to
You're
have this
not listening. You're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish. So if the outcome is the same for Brooke, with a world without Hitler, that's what should happen. That whatever outcome happens to Brooke in this situation, it is not and should not be because of fucking Hitler. Period. It should be because the system caught. So I don't want it to be like, oh, of course, or her video only got flagged or looked at because of Hitler's attention to it. No, I don't believe that's the case. So my point is, if a Hitler didn't exist and we were using this system and she did something wrong, I'm not saying she did, and she did something wrong and her video was flagged, the outcome would be the same. Now, the difference here is there is a Hitler, and Hiller's taking one of the most popular athletes, and he is seeing something wrong, and he is highlighting it. My point is this: whatever happens, whatever the outcome is, it's not because of fucking Hiller. He's not influencing the decision.
The part that's frustrating me of what you're saying is, oh, Souza, thank you. There's the code, by the way, on the screen. TDC Mercantile. Use 7 on 15. That was fast. Good job, Souza. Here's the part that's frustrating me. I see what you're saying in an ideal world that Hiller wouldn't have made those videos.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
saying
okay,
that.
good,
I am
okay,
not saying
okay,
that. I'm
okay,
not saying that.
okay.
I am saying the outcome of whatever happens here in a Hiller world, which we're in right now. I don't want people to think, oh, or her. I don't want Brooke to think. I don't want Brooke to think or people, oh, this happened because Hiller drew all this attention to it. My point is, I believe, let's say now Hiller isn't in the world, the same system should have caught if she did something wrong, whatever she did wrong, and the outcome should be the same as a world with Hiller or a world without Hiller. So I'm talking more about the system.
Yeah.
And also the influence of the Hiller. I think I don't think people should think, oh, this athlete is only getting this outcome because of Hiller.
Okay. Just I agree with everything you're saying. The only nuance there is,
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
well, maybe I don't, but the nuance there is I don't care who brought the attention. Let's say no one else would have brought the attention to it, and it was just him. It doesn't make her reps any more, less.
That's my point.
More or less valid. Okay.
That's
okay,
my
okay,
point.
Okay.
Like,
then we agree. Okay. And I have you spoken to Brooke?
Yes.
And did she call you?
I'm not going to talk about the conversation I had with her because if she wants to talk about it, she can, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to talk
Have
about
you spoken to any of her team besides her?
Yes.
Did you speak with Matt O'Keefe?
No, I don't want to talk about who I spoke with.
Did you speak with Danielle Brandon?
Yes.
Did you speak with her agent?
No. Not yet. Actually, I was supposed to call someone today. That just reminded me.
Okay. Okay. Just so you know, big picture, I think it's all a net positive. The more attention, the more talk. I haven't heard anyone disparage her. But I haven't heard anyone call her a cheater.
I mean, people think you disparage her.
That's fine. They can sit with it. But by disparage, I mean there's been no character assassination on her. No one has said anything. And I've asked Hiller. Hiller has also spoken with Brooke Wells or had some communication with her, and he also won't share that.
As bad as we think or people think this is in this space, I wonder if those people ever take a look at any of the other sports out there and the scrutiny that those athletes are under. NFL, NBA.
Dude, in the playoffs game the other day, there was one of the players, the star players. Did you see that? He was like, he makes 300 million and my dick's bigger than yours. He yelled that at the fans. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
And hey, here it is truly remarkable how benign our community is, but how sensitive it is. I don't know if you know this. I suspect you know this. Hiller said it on the show the other day that if you think what he is doing is tattletaling, you wouldn't believe the people who are feeding him the intel.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meaning, he's getting calls from Kenny Castro saying, "Hey, just so you know, Dave's stealing workouts from fucking High Rocks." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw. You know what I mean? He's like getting that shit.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, those people talking out of the other side of the mouth are like, "Yeah, what Hiller's doing is horrible."
Thanks, Kelly.
Who's Kelly?
Someone who placed an order.
Oh shit! Wow. Code 7 on 15. What's my cut? Oh, I got this.
Yeah. You got 2.
This is cute. This is cute.
Travel size.
You tried to blame
You
my
can
wife.
get through TSA with it.
I was going to ask you about some. Let's just keep digging into the athletes. Kale Lehman, what's going on with my boy Kale Lehman?
Dude, my week in review comments are blowing up with people like trying to say that I'm avoiding that or we're not. It's just the process is ongoing. It's just be patient.
Okay. You was the plan all along not to review?
Thank you, Lisa.
Hey,
happy Mother's Day.
Was the plan all along to? I'm burping up all that olive oil. Was the plan all along not to review the team workouts?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and I think you and Adrian have addressed that pretty well.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. And what's crazy is I haven't heard any. Are those workouts live for the public to see too? Could Andrew start?
No, there's no video. They didn't, unless they wanted to.
Yeah,
they didn't have to film him. Yeah,
but you could ask for them. If they didn't have them, they'd be fucked.
We asked for the courses.
Okay.
For the run courses. I'm actually not sure if we required them to video them though. I don't think we did.
Maybe I have to hit play on this. Just turn the volume down. See how that works. Maybe, and then all you need to see are the comments. Okay, yeah, that's better.
Giving beta. KF said I'm beta.
Very bad look that the director of the games can't even say if Brooke did a burpee or not. You fucking douchebag. I didn't even ask you if she did a burpee.
No, you didn't ask. You didn't ask. That's funny.
Hey, and by the way, I wouldn't ask you something like that. That seems a little bit below your pay grade.
Let's move on.
Okay. KF, you're a fucking scumbag. Someone ban that douche. My show. That guy's always a scumbag.
This is fun.
Dave, have you seen Brick's burpees? Okay, we did that. Dave, Canelo versus Crawford. I got Crawford winning.
I got Crawford too.
Oh, you're out of your fucking
dude.
mind.
Canelo, he looked. I mean, okay, so the other guy ran. Sure, we got that. The guy ran a lot, but even when Canelo did connect or did close the distance or did get him in the ropes or the corner, it just didn't seem like he had anything. He just seemed the same. I think Crawford is going to work Canelo. What's the weight difference though? I think Crawford has to come up 2 weight classes though. So I think Crawford is significantly smaller.
That guy was huge that Canelo fought.
Yeah, I think I got Crawford. Who do you have? You have Canelo. You're
Canelo. Have you met Canelo?
No, I have not.
But you jogged with Pacquiao. I was gonna say Pacquiao. Pacquiao. You did a little jog. You went on a jog with him once.
He could run.
Yeah. 3:15 Grace for the games. Graciano Rubio.
Graciano said that?
Yeah. You consider that?
So, I mean, let me ask Graciano because he's the strong guy. If 225 Isabel is kind of like the standard for, I mean, fuck, but Adler did it in what, 3 something?
No,
that's amazing.
Adler's insane. Yeah, it is insane.
Okay, so my question is, if 225 Isabel is being done in 3 minutes, what's the Grace equivalent? I wouldn't say it's 315. That's just like my initial thought. Maybe it is. I would say it's definitely not 225. Maybe 275. I know Graciano could do it obviously in 315 and lightning time, but so my question is, what would be that standard if we took Isabel with this 225 variant and made it kind of like the new Isabel? Let's come up with a witty name for it later. And then there's a Grace version, a heavier, and I don't want to just call
a Graciano version. A Graciano.
Graciano. I like it. If there's a Graciano,
yeah,
what would that be? What would the appropriate weight be? I don't think it's 315.
Graciano, start testing it and post.
No, but he doesn't count. He's too strong. He's an outlier. I want it to matter for the. So even when way back when we did the 225 Isabel, and Rich did that, he did that on request. I asked him a long time ago to do that, and he did it. He did it in like 4 something, I think. And then the whole story is then Frazier ended up doing it and posted a faster video. But Frazier also at that time was an unknown, so didn't really know who it was. That's what I'm going for. It's
What's
like
Graciano's Isabel time, heavy Isabel. Do you know?
I don't. But listen, I'm going for like, okay, on the first attempt of, call it the Graciano, the heavier Grace, a games level athlete is doing it in 4 to 5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes, high 3s. I think it's 275. I don't think it's 315. I think 315 because you got to remember too. This
315, 35.
Yeah. You got to also remember the getting it overhead too. It's clean and jerk. So if it was just 30 cleans, yeah, 315. 30 clean and jerks, maybe 275. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is 305, 315. I don't know.
Did you see Pujanowski fight Eddie Hall?
No.
They fought last week. Eddie Hall just threw Pujanowski across the ring and beat his ass.
Who's Pujanowski?
Remember the strongman from when we were kids or teenagers?
No.
Maurice Pujanowski. Okay. KF, I agree with you. What a douche. How does the director of the CrossFit Games not know who Maurice Pujanowski is? Dave, have you ever wanted to choke Sevi out at CFHQ?
Maybe in the early days when I was really round tight.
God, you were wound tight. If you moved well, online review shouldn't be an issue. Yeah,
well, here's the thing. Here's the other thing.
I'm embarrassed to say I think the athletes don't like it, but I don't want to say that because it's embarrassing for them.
For an overwhelming majority of them, they seem to have very few issues.
Right. Hey, and if you're an athlete and you haven't contacted Hiller, you're the only one. Australia, $10. Thanks, dude. It doesn't matter the vote, but Hiller can be useful, but he distorts the vote. It doesn't matter, but that doesn't matter.
Let me ask you. No, he doesn't distort the vote. He shouldn't distort the vote.
Okay.
Let me ask: if Grace and Isabel were both 135, why would Heavy Grace and Heavy Isabel both be 225? I think that's a valid question, but I think their development is far exceeded. Especially if I'm trying to say that it should be around this 3 to 4 minute time frame. I think they can do 275 in 3 to 4 minutes, maybe 275. Maybe it should just be 225. Maybe that's the answer. But I think with the clean and jerk, it could be heavier. And also, for the most part, the limiting factor with Grace and Isabel at 135 is, I mean, you just can't go fast. They're going as fast as they can pretty much, and you just can't go faster.
Yeah. You mean like the 1 minute shit people are doing Grace in?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, KF, you are really fucking pissing me off. Hiller was better before he started getting paid by HQ. God, you're such a scumbag. Have you guys ever given money to Hiller?
No. Let's put that one to bed. There's zero money.
You fucking jackass.
You and Hiller have never got any money from us since you've been fired. I don't, and I think that those rumors need to die.
And I have tried to sell them shit many a time. Okay. Visagafi.
People have a problem with the fact that you guys can sometimes be positive or paint all sides of the picture, which sometimes leads to being positive about us. And so as soon as you don't follow the call it the collective norm or the collective standard right now for people in your space, which is arguably just shitting on us, and you guys break that sometimes, you must be on the take.
Yeah.
You must be, if Hiller ever says anything good about us, of course he's getting paid. If you ever say anything good about us, of course you're getting paid, is where people go with it.
Yeah. People very close to us have said that to me.
I believe it.
When you guys raised affiliate fees and I did it, like I took both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
One of our friends said to us, hey, why are you afraid of HQ? And I guess they're paying you. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's funny.
Hey,
that little plate's cool. Where'd you get that?
That David Hippensteel piece, that's the shit that kind of must confuse people. It's probably approaching 400 comments saying, Hiller, you're the most positive force in the fucking space. And it's like, dude, like no one, how would anyone say he's negative or toxic after he went to the fittest 69-year-old man's house in the world and squash me? Dude, he's massaging Hippensteel. They worked out together. He broke bread with his wife.
The massaging part's weird. Did they have olive oil with the
No,
bread?
Hiller's very touchy-feely. I don't know if they...
Yeah.
Like that?
I don't know if they ever gave me one. Grab it.
They didn't. I don't think they gave me that. I bought that. Hey, I bought that.
Let me see it. Oh, that's unique. What's the... Go ahead.
They have like you can do like a curl thing. What did you see what's going on with Rob Orlando?
Yeah. I talked to him a couple days ago. I texted with him a couple days ago. Wild. Oh, Jesus.
15 pounds, buddy.
No, but I mean, just the...
I used to use that. The reason why that tape's on there is I used to use that to hold down a microphone that sat on my desk.
So you're saying this is more for like a curl bar?
Yeah, this is they make a little a bar.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like a curl bar, but it's like a dumbbell. You can turn that thing into it. Put it.
Oh, yeah, I have those for sure.
Yeah, that goes on there. And they made different size. Oh, I got a bunch of them. You never seen all that? Look at that. See that thick green one? Right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Rob Orlando stuff's wild.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. He's already made a tremendous progress.
Yeah.
Fisagafi, Royce Dunce, Annie Thor's daughter.
Is his name Dunce?
When I talk about him, it is.
Okay.
Annie Thor's daughter, Victoria Campos, and 2 other people signed a piece of paper that Brent Fikowski wrote up, and number 3 on there was, and I know Brent gets really sensitive about this. We'd like Dave to step down from the games, which means you want him fucking fired. He's a lovely human being. Royce Dunce is a lovely human being. I don't really know the rest well enough to comment on them, but when they did that really fucking pissed me off. And when Fee won, when you interviewed Fee, did you know that her name was on that letter?
Yeah.
And did you guys talk about it ahead of time?
No.
So you just can you tell me that you just text her and you're like, "Hey girl, what's up? You want to come on my show? I'm interviewing games athletes."
So she saw her at Mayhem, and she walked up and was incredibly nice and said, talked about good to see me again. And
she approached you at Mayhem,
Mhm.
and you knew that at the time. Did you know who she was? That was the girl who signed the firing letter.
Once she said her name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think she thinks we had met before. I don't think we met. I actually then thought about it later because I looked at her profile. She was at the games. I think the big year when we had a lot of athletes. So I did meet her. Or no, the year after. So I met her in passing, but never had any significant conversations with her. And then so chatted a little at Mayhem. And then so even the athlete interviews, like I was not planning on doing those, but someone from the team, from our media and marketing team, asked if I was going to do them again. And I was like, I hadn't even thought about it. And then once they asked, I started thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. And then so I decided, okay, I'll start doing these again. And that group of Mayhem athletes, the 4 that qualified, were the first 4. So I'm like, okay, I'll just ask her. And yeah, that's it.
And did you think when she was on that she was going to bring that up to you, or do you think that she was concerned you were going to bring it up to her? Or it seemed very the conversation seemed very.
I didn't have any plans to bring it up. I don't even care. You know what I mean?
You don't care.
No, not at all. Royce actually came up to me and talked to me about it at Mayhem, and same thing. Like, I don't want to talk about that. He can talk about it if he wants to get out there and talk about what we talked about. He can. I'm not going to. So he talked to me at Mayhem about it. So like that whole thing, like I don't like whatever. Yeah. The only one that was weird on there for me, the only one that was weird was Annie, just because like we've known each other for a very long time, and I've like been to her family's house, and I've had dinner with her mom and dad. She's been to my house when we lived in Carlsbad. So like we've spent a lot of time together. So that one was a little surprising, but when I say it was weird, it was just like, okay, well that kind of sucks. Move on. Next thing. That whole thing though, like all that, I'm not dwelling on it. I'm not like focused on, someone's probably saying, oh, he's going to get them back, or there's none of that. And even in like with my engagement with Fee or my discussions with Fee, it's the same thing. It's like, hey, got it. That was then. Maybe she still feels the same way. I don't know. I don't care. I'll still have a conversation with her, because ultimately, especially these people that are qualifying for the games, guess what? If you're going to the games, we're going to have conversations, and we're going to interact, and we're going to end up working together at the games. So that's kind of one of the reasons too why I wanted to do these interviews, just because last year it really did help in getting to know all the athletes and kind of before getting to the games. So it was useful for me personally and professionally. And so that's why I'm doing it again. And also that's why I'm not worried about that.
Do you think that that you're one of the few people at CrossFit who takes ownership?
I think a lot of people take ownership.
Do you know what I mean by ownership?
Extreme ownership.
Ownership, like you pull up to Target to buy some shit for your family, and there's trash in the parking lot. You don't pick it up, but when you pull up to your house and there's trash in front of your house, you pick it up. So someone said to me the other day, they said, "Hey, do you think Dave's checked out?" And I said, "Not even close." And they said, "How do you know?" I go, "Because he's fucking doing athlete interviews and affiliate interviews, and that's like not his job. There's no one asking him, like, that's like way out of his
The affiliate
position.
interviews are really fun. The athlete interviews are too. The affiliate interviews are cool because it's like I think those stories and individuals in our community, I have an opportunity to highlight them and talk about them and talk with them. And I have a small audience that I can expose their stories to. So I like to contribute and do that. That's why I'm doing the affiliate interviews.
But you don't but do you know what I mean by ownership? Like you worked at when I worked at HQ, there were a lot of people there who took ownership. They acted like they fucking owned the place, right? And so a lot of shit was getting done. And so like I know I can see the things out there because I know what your duties are, that you're taking ownership. And in conjunction with the fact is once Dawn announced that the company's like for sale, I would think that it would be easy for a lot of people to start checking out, especially people in your position, because every time there's a sale, the conventional wisdom is wipe out the executive team. Not at HQ, but just at any company you buy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that kind of happened with you.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the only two that didn't get whacked were, well, the general counsel and then you and Nicole.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we were told ahead of time. Bruce Edwards told me years before, if this company ever sells, you better be ready because they don't keep anybody.
Yeah. Yep.
So do you in the culture when Greg owned the company, people could take ownership.
Yes.
Do you feel like that's waned, especially since Don? Like, how are you guys navigating? What's the spirit like there? Once, like we didn't know the company was going to sell. Like, just all of a sudden, Greg sold it. We went from unbuyable and will never sell to like fuck buy.
We went from unbuyable to buyable.
Yeah, and
bought to bought
to bought, and a lot of people got really angry, right? I mean, a lot of people were fucking hurt.
I think though you're talking about that phase as if it didn't as it just happened overnight. There was definitely a lead up. I mean, after the tweet, everything was like there was momentum in that direction.
Right.
And then after the Andy stuff, then that really was like the nail in the
People
coffin.
were jumping off the ship.
Yeah.
But now you're
and so
somewhere
through that there
right.
was the discussion of sale. People even suggesting, hey, you should sell. So like and then when it did so, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to say with this is that I don't think it was as sudden as like everyone kind of knew it was going.
So how do they is it hard there? Is it hard?
No.
Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead. And especially for like let me talk about what I'm doing and what I control. Like I'm just telling people, like, we just need to fucking work and look at what's in front of us and put our heads down and execute on what we have. Because like getting caught up in all the rumors or all the other stuff or anticipating or predicting, it's a waste of time. None of us know what's going on. None of us know what's going to happen. So like, don't even worry about it. And hey, guess what? We all might get fired. None of us might get fired. So like, I don't even want to start playing those scenarios.
Some of you are getting fired.
But yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. But,
I mean, I don't mean that. I'm not thinking of anyone in particular. I'm just like, it's the nature of the beast, right? There's someone who if you're buying something, you're going to think that you can do some things better than the current owner and you're going to make changes.
Absolutely.
Or else you wouldn't buy it.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll give you you have 3 new seminars. Speaking about moving forward, nutrition, gymnastics, weightlifting. Are those legit seminars or are they betas just being tested?
No, these are legit seminars. We tested them already a few months ago, except for the nutrition. This is the first time she's delivering it, but it's still considered a seminar. They're 1-day courses. We're trying something new. We're experimenting with more of a course for everybody rather than like a trainer. If you look at the history of all of our subject matter expert courses or all of our current courses, they're all really for trainers. And so we're experimenting with doing things for the user, the participant, the average CrossFitter, the client, the member. So that's kind of the target audience rather than being a 2-day training course. Also, what that allows us to do is like a 1-day weightlifting course. In theory, we're not stepping on Bergner's 2-day, which he still does, coaching seminar for trainers. And so they can all coexist. And that's what these are about.
And the Jocelyn nutrition.
Yep.
I had her on the show. Absolutely fantastic, amazing. And then that seems to be an area I'm trying to still figure out exactly what MetFix is up to. but they gathered together and made a bunch of posts that looked like it was happening on the East Coast somewhere. I can't remember where. I want to say Jersey or New York or something. And I saw 6, 7, 8 flow masters from your team participating in what to me looks like a competitive company. It's a company that has a workout of the day. It's got the workouts, the CrossFit workouts. They got seminars, and now they're poaching what I would call poaching your staff. And then CrossFit HQ releases a letter to all of its staff saying, "Hey guys, I didn't see the letter, but I was told it didn't mention Metfix by name, but it said, hey guys, remember if you work here, you can't work for a competing company." Was that inspired because of what you saw your staff doing over there?
I mean, there's not much more to say about this topic. I mean, you covered the entirety of it. Like there's all the information is there.
But I don't know. I don't know if that was inspired by that. I mean, me and my boys were like, "Oh shit!" Shots across the bow.
And maybe you'll never know.
Yeah. Okay. And because I never know what HQ is actually watching. And back in the day, I knew Greg was always watching. Right? You know, he climbed to the tallest flagpole and was like looking around for enemies.
Do you think he was watching, or do you think he had people watching for him? I think he had people watching for him.
Okay.
I think sometimes he dug in.
Either way, he was interested in enemies.
Yes, for sure.
And because he had ownership,
external and internal.
Yeah, exactly. He was looking for enemies, and that's because he had ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And so someone has to have ownership for shit like that to happen, for a letter to go out from legal to the staff. There has to be some concern. That requires some modicum of give a fuck.
Fair enough. What's the year one?
Do you see Metfix as a competitive company?
Oh, grab that. I want to see that. That's like a
want to see that?
Hold on. No, Jesus Christ. That little placard. Thanks, George. That little competition placard, like only athletes have.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
This.
Look at that's cool. Where'd you get that?
I'm been a Hiller Fit trainee for a year.
Does Hiller Fit sell programming?
Dude, he's crushing. He just launched his affiliate programming.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Affiliate. Oh, I thought you said affiliation.
No.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Affiliate programming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing his individual training program is crazy. He doesn't even advertise it. At zero.
Sign up. Give a code, Hiller. Give a code to Sevon's people.
I think on Wodify, he's going to Wodify for affiliate programming.
Okay.
He's killing it. Since you guys cut his pay at HQ, he's killing it.
Same with you. By firing you, we just let you free.
Dave
sent you into the world.
Dave, Hiller's wanting to hold CrossFit accountable for upholding standards. Other games athletes go to Hiller for help with this, not malicious.
I didn't pay attention to anything. Say that again.
Okay, it should pop up on the screen too. Dave, Hiller wants to hold CrossFit accountable for upholding standards. So what he wants to do is he wants to make sure you see all the people who aren't doing well. Like
cool. Great. Awesome.
Okay. Other games athletes go to Hiller for help with this, not malicious. Meaning, oh, wow, this is that far behind? All right, the video is that far behind. Let me see if there's the fights are starting very second. Plus 50, 275 saw new games promo today. Plus 50, 275. Oh, he's saying this guy is saying this is John Young's dad, I think, is saying that Grace should be 50 pounds more than Isabel, heavy Grace.
Yeah, so that'd put it at 275.
Yeah, by the way, the new games promo is insane.
You like it?
Dude.
Well, they did a good job.
Yeah. It's
let's pull it up. Can you pull it up?
That's Wittenberg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
let's pull it up.
That's great. I will.
I mean, it's more than there's a team.
I know, but Wittenberg and Mariah are the shooting and editing, and it's sick.
Do you think Colton will do? Yeah, I'll ask him. He'll do the 275 for me. Test it out.
Don't ask me about Colton.
You guys on the odds?
No, we're good. I love Colton, but I was working on a new theory about him that I don't ever want to come out of my brain. To my mouth. Dave, when you test workouts, do you try and find how athletes will try and hack the standards?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's important. That's not the initial go, or that's not the initial point of the testing, but very it's interesting when you look at last year with the sledge that we ended up not doing with the Chad And there was one other thing I was thinking about. There were a few standards that took a lot of like scrutiny. The weights for the clean, getting that right was the third thing I was thinking about. There was a lot of the clean doesn't fall into the category of the sledge and the step up. But yeah, there was a lot of reps and a lot of iterations and a lot of testing to figure out how they're going to game it, how someone can game it, how they could modify or do something different. So when you introduce different elements that have never been used before, you kind of have to go through that process. For a lot of the things that are very traditional CrossFit and very straightforward, you kind of you know where most of them are. Sometimes though, you see things you never expected. That happens all the time.
Yeah, like the shuttle runs were an interesting one where people figured out, like, depending on what you're doing on either side of the shuttle runs, you could game that and just walk it and get times better than people who it's a built-in risk. Aaron Fraser, can we talk about the GHD standard and where is the hip? Why is the standard not just behind the center of the pad? That is what it was, behind the center of the pad, but we just don't know what the hip is.
So to answer his question, no, we cannot talk about that.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Thank you. That'll cost more than $4.99. All right. You saw Greg? Did you see Greg was at the French Throwdown?
I heard. I didn't see any media or anything.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah, me too. What'd you hear about it?
I heard he was there. I heard he was introduced to the whole crowd. I heard he was introduced to like 4,000 people. Thank you, Josh. TDC mercantile.com, code Sevon15.
Thank you, Sevon.
I need to earn my 2 bottles. I was surprised he went. I know he's very close with Daniel Chafee. I know they're very good friends. I know Daniel's an amazing guy, very loyal, always been very loyal to Greg, honest. And I know Greg was in France. So
did you know I started up another YouTube channel?
No.
Yeah.
What's your other YouTube channel?
It's TDC Hunts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I started a new YouTube just to put hunting content on and shooting content. And so there's not a lot of people in the CrossFit. Well, let me not say not a lot of people. There's only so much of that on my main account that I put out just because of, mainly it's focused on CrossFit and I don't want to, call it insult anyone or piss anyone off with the other stuff. So it's just like my IG, my TDC Hunts IG. I'm doing the same content with the YouTube. And I got like 41 subscribers. I'm stoked.
Yeah. That's cool. Congratulations.
Did you pull it up?
No.
Oh,
no, because I forgot. I better show this before I forget.
What is it?
This is the trailer. Here we go.
The CrossFit Games are the ultimate test of fitness. It is the proving grounds for anybody in the world who thinks that they are one of the fittest people.
My goal for the 2025 CrossFit Games is to stand on top of the podium. I mean, there's no other option for me. And that's how I see it, and that's how I've seen it for a long time.
Thanks, Zachary.
Going into the 2025 CrossFit Games, the expectation I put on myself is to win. So winning is in my nature. It's in my DNA.
If you're going to do something, you have to go all in. You have to take it all the way. It makes me feel so alive to care so much about something.
I think this is the first time that I could truly say that I feel free in pursuing a goal,
Wait a second. You didn't punish Fee Sagafi and say that she can't be in this video?
That's the narrative, right?
Fucking
or that was
clowns.
One of the prevailing narratives.
By the way, I haven't heard that, but I just get so sick of that shit. Like they think it's like.
Keep going.
Okay, sorry. He's a sweetheart. By the way, I love all these people. That's Ty Jenkins, by the way. This is Dallin Ty. You don't know who Ty is, but he's the future.
Sport, because that's what my heart wants.
They are doing everything you can
Castro.
imagine. Long, medium, short, heavy, fast, to see who stands on top of the world as the fittest human in the world.
I think that I have a great chance of winning the games this year. Just feels like it's been building and culminating. I think it's just inevitable. I think I will win the 2025 CrossFit Games.
You know what I like? That was a great video.
So good.
You know what I like about their perspective is like they're going to win. And for a long time, people didn't go to win. A long time, people just wanted to go. And there's still a number that are convey this, participate and do as best as they can. And like I've always, whenever you look at who won, they talk like that. People who win or people who don't win don't talk like that. You have to want to win. You have to believe in yourself. You have to go there for that. And there's not a lot of athletes who talk like that. I feel like now they're with this collection of these guys, that exists and is more prevalent.
Hatfield, Dallin, Colton, and Abigail all believe it too. That's not show. Like they're complete animals. Okay, last question before I go.
Remember when Lucas had like a 5-year plan to win the CrossFit Games and how he paced everything? Remember Lucas Parker?
Yeah.
And he would like talk about like his journey and when he was going to win and how he's basically peaking for several years later. I think he eventually admitted that was all wrong.
Did you
clearly?
Are you in contact with him at all?
No.
Okay.
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Let me just ask you this one final question.
Yep.
Through all the years of doing CrossFit from 2006 forward, there's always these people, there's always these, especially a lot of the games champs, they take this path, right? I love CrossFit, the games, it's fucking awesome. Then it's like, how come I'm not getting more attention and I didn't get more rich? How come HQ isn't holding me up higher? I fucking hate HQ. I'm going to start my own thing. I figured out how to work out better. Oh my God, this has nothing to do with the games. This is about community and helping old people. You know what I mean? That whole trajectory. We've seen so many of them do it, right? It seems like, you know, there's another wave. There's another wave. There's Cole Sager was taking some weird shots. Josh Bridges seems like he might be pulling away. Just it's this new. That's there's the fittest nurse in the world and Amanda Barnhart. It's like it's the same shit over and over. How do you process that? Are you like, dude?
It's the same thing. It's like the same answer is we've seen that for so long. We've seen that with Rob Wolf. We've seen that with
OPT
Mark
was the
Twight.
first one.
We've seen that with Mark Twight.
Yeah.
Seen that with OPT.
Yeah.
There's been so many iterations.
Khalipa's
It's just part of the and it all boils down to, for all of those examples, is one getting the following and getting the belief that you could leverage that and take that path and take that position and go that route. Some people choose to go that route. Not even some, a lot of people.
Do you sense anything weird happening with Josh? He stayed so close and so true for so long. I'm not even talking about loyalty. Or integrity. I'm talking about just the honesty. Josh was always the guy who's like, hey, dude, it's just CrossFit. Rich would say it too. Hey, guys, it's just CrossFit. Hey, it's not.
Arguably, Rich is one of the few who hasn't done that.
Yeah, he said some squirrely moments. But he stayed true to like. He wasn't like the same way Greg said, I didn't invent anything. These are just all the fucking movements that are already out there. What have you been watching what Josh is doing?
I've seen a couple things. People have sent me a couple things. He's definitely riding the line on, especially with like the language of making it safer and more effective and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Amanda Barnhart and the fittest nurse lady too, Ty Jenkins Coast. Like, why are they doing that? Do they think it's going to help them?
Yes.
Do you think they believe it?
Yes.
Oh man, is CrossFit infinitely scalable?
Yes.
All right. Anything you want to do before? Are you gonna stay and watch the fights?
No, this was fun.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
Quick. You like it because it's fun. Oh, how's your weight? I know you were.
I haven't stepped on the scale since. I'm definitely leaner. I'm a lot leaner.
Dave got on. You did the ruck race league.
Race ruck league.
Race ruck league.
Ruck race league. I don't know. Put in race ruck league to Google and see what happens.
Okay, so you signed up
race
for that.
League. Ruck race league.
And the weight of your ruck was determined by your weight.
Yes.
And you were
at that point. I had not stepped on a scale.
You were 20 pounds heavier.
7 or 8 years. So I had a different belief in what I weighed. Yeah. And I had much heavier. I was like 10, 12 pounds heavier than I thought I was.
So you have the opposite of body dysmorphia. You thought you were 20 pounds heavier and you thought you still look good.
Basically.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
gonna stay and watch the fights?
No.
Doesn't surprise me. All right, guys. I won't see you tomorrow morning. There will be someone else here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Tomorrow morning, I'm headed off to CrossFit
Thanks,
Livermore
Isabel.
to test our stream. We're doing a big stream test tomorrow. Also, make sure you go to tdcmercantile.com. Use code SEVON15. Leave it up for a few hours.
It's up for 24 hours.
All right, you the man. Just stay chatting. Okay, fine. Love you guys. Bye-bye.